This is CJ, and I'm with Roxane Battle.
Look at all that
You
color.
remember her from Carol 11? Well, you may not recognize Roxane on my video. She has become so different from the person we became accustomed to seeing on TV. She smiled on TV and was nice enough, but now she's genuinely pleasant, even chilled. She made me lunch.
And go, that's the salad.
With salmon, she was playful and joking, so relaxed, I noticed something else others have already observed. She looks like Halle Berry. Get ready, Halle. When the expanded volume of Roxane's self-published book, Pockets of Joy, is relaunched by Whitaker House, it's probably going to become a national bestseller. And a movie. Roxane wants Halle to play the lead.
What's your book about, and how long did it take you to write it?
My book is about my time on Carol 11, a 13-year period in time of Carol 11. It was when most people didn't know me. I was just a facade. I was just a one-dimensional person, and I'd get on the air and I'd smile and I'd go home and put my life back together, because what people didn't realize is that I was a divorced working mom. At 11 months old, just about the time that I got to care, my marriage fell apart, and so I had to put my whole life back together, which is why CJ was so ornery, because I was trying to put my life back together, right? This is why I was so standoffish. This is why I didn't talk to people, because I was struggling at home trying to keep it together, and that's what the book is about.
Okay.
How do you keep it together on the 5 o'clock news with your dream job, raising a starving little boy, and you're newly divorced? How do you do that? And you do that by looking for those pockets of joy in life, those fleeting moments when you feel like everything's going to be okay. You know, the editor, my publisher, because I self-published the book, the first version of the book, and they said, Rox, you could have easily written a woe is me story and bashed your ex and done all of that. But you didn't do that. You tried to stay positive. And that's right. I did stay positive, and then the book has just now gotten picked up by a national publisher. It's going to be out in the revised expanded edition, which is going to be twice as long as the old edition. And that's going to be released nationwide in September. And I just finished up the manuscript just about a week or so ago. The first version took me 7 days to finish, because I'd been carrying it around in my head for 20 years. And I gathered all the manuscripts and computer files and everything that I had been working on, these little stories that I was writing. And I went down to Florida, spread them all out on the dining room table, and I had the manuscript done in a week. That's right. I had it done in a week, because I just felt like give birth to it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So the first version is lots of stories about my time at Carol 11. It's about me raising a little boy. It's about how I made the decision and why I made the decision to leave care. And you get inside my head, and I kind of felt that I owed it to the viewers who had been watching all those years, because at first I was on and then I was off. I went away, right? And so I explain all of that, what was going on with me in the first version. The second version, there's more new material than the older version. And I lay out very specifically your pathway towards happiness, how to find happiness in life. Authenticity, gratitude, generosity, self-care, and forgiveness. That's huge. If I had not forgiven my first husband for the transgressions that transpired, that led to the end of our marriage, this fantastical journey that I'm on as an author would have never happened. And he gave his blessing, and so forgiveness is really a big key.
You had to forgive a second husband?
Here's the deal, is that I was remarried, I am no longer remarried. It's a private matter, and I just want you to know that I'm doing okay.
Okay. How did you get Tavis Smiley to write an endorsement of your book?
Okay. So I'm flying out to LA, right? I'm flying out to LA to go help a girlfriend. She's doing a conference out there. And yes, I was flying first class, whatever.
After a man sitting in the wrong seat moved, Roxane noticed she's sitting next to Tavis Smiley.
CJ, I'm on a 3-hour flight out to LA with New York Times best-selling author, talk show host, philanthropist, Times 100 most influential people in the world.
And now captive audience.
So I got my cell phone out, right? And I Googled him, I figured out what book he had just written.
Roxane asked Tavis about his Maya Angelou book that led to a lengthy chat.
Finally, he gets around and says, "So, Roxane, what do you do?" And I put my book in his hand. I like that. I like that title, because I've always believed there are two types of people in life. People who are running scared and people who are running free. So I knew that was my moment. And I said to him, I said, Tavis, it's kismet that I'm sitting next to you. This is divine. You're a man of faith. You get divine appointment. You get that there's nothing random or coincidence. I'm supposed to sit next to you right now. He says, yeah, I get that. I said, I know people ask you all the time for stuff. You're a busy man. You're a well-known man. You're a famous man. People want stuff from you all the time. Yeah. Thank you. I said, well, I'm going to ask you something. And you can say no, but I'm going to ask. He says, okay. I said, Tavis, I want you to read my book. I want you to read Pockets of Joy. He says, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. And then I said, Tavis, I want you to endorse it. He looks at the cover and he says, well, if I do that, Roxane, you'll blow up. And I said, which is why I'm asking you. Duh, right?
You also managed to meet and interview Maria Shriver.
Because she asked me to.
Cool.
So, what had happened was, a friend of mine gave me this little itty-bitty book called Just Who Will You Be by Maria Shriver. And she talked about, Maria did, about how she had to walk away from NBC News when she became first lady of the state of California. Mm-hmm. Well, that book really resonated with me at the time where I was at that time in my life. Mm-hmm. And I told that newspaper reporter that. And somehow Maria found out about it and had her people contact me and ask me for my life story in 1,000 words or less.
It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship, according to this inscription. Roxane has become one of Shriver's architects for change. At one of Shriver's conversation series featuring the architects, Maria told Roxane to interview her.
She couldn't have been nicer and kinder and more gracious. And to be able to tell that story and to have that as part of this fantastical journey, just again, it's like divine confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. Are you going to see me on TV news again? I don't know, but I'm on TV right now currently.
Yes, you are.
I am the shuttle bus driver for the St. Croix Casino commercial. Yes, all of 5 seconds worth. We're a part of this community. Do you know how long it took me to memorize that line? We're a part of this community. I asked the director, I said, do you want we are a part of this community or do you want we're a part of this community? He says, do we really say that in real life? We are. I think it's we're. So, yeah.
More commercials coming?
Yeah, well, I have a talent agent, and I work with an agency. And yes, there is another commercial coming. I'm wearing readers, almost like, and I'm like modeling them. And yeah, I don't know when that one's going to air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you say the company? The business?
Readers.com.
Readers.com. Okay.